So in this problem, a rigid tank contains 10 kg of water at 90 degrees Celsius. If 8 kg of water is in the liquid form and the rest is in the vapor form, determine A, the pressure in the tank, and B, the volume of the tank. So here we have our TV diagram for this problem. So a rigid tank contains saturated mixture. The pressure and the volume are to be determined. So at letter A, the state of the saturated liquid vapor mixture is shown in our figure. Since the two phases coexist in equilibrium, we have a saturated mixture, and the pressure must be saturation pressure at a given temperature. So the pressure is equal to saturation pressure at 90 degrees Celsius. So from table A-4 of our property table, we can obtain the value of pressure, which is 70.183 kilopascal at 90 degrees Celsius. So for letter A, the pressure in the tank is 70.183 kilopascal. Next, let us solve for letter B, or the volume of the tank. So at 90 degrees Celsius, we have our VF, or specific volume of saturated liquid, to be 0.001036 cubic meter per kilogram. And for our VG, or the specific volume of saturated vapor, we have 2.3593 cubic meter per kilogram. So we obtain this value also from our table A-4 of our property table. So one way of finding the volume of the tank is to determine the volume occupied by each phase and then add them. So we will use this formula. Volume is equals to the saturated volume, or volume of saturated liquid, plus the volume of saturated vapor. So from the volume of saturated liquid, it can be the mass of the saturated liquid multiplied by the specific volume of the saturated liquid, plus from our VG, or volume of saturated vapor, it can be the mass of our saturated vapor multiplied by the specific volume of our saturated vapor. So we already know the values of our VF and our VG, and the value of our MF, or the mass of saturated liquid, and the mass of saturated vapor. So we will plug in the values. We have, for the mass of saturated liquid, we have 8 kilogram multiplied by the volume of specific volume of the saturated liquid of 0.001036 cubic meter per kilogram, plus the mass of saturated vapor of 2 kg multiplied by the specific volume of saturated vapor of 2.3593 cubic meter per kilogram. So plugging it in our calculator, we get 4.73 cubic meter. So the answer for the volume of the tank is 4.73 cubic meter.